So, Kavil, you mentioned so much of your wisdom and knowledge comes from the ancestors, from your father who had a keen interest in mythology and learned about various spiritual schools and philosophies. Any one particular school of thought or philosophy that you really connect with, where you feel that, okay, this is the predominant guiding philosophy of my life that helps me sort of impart nuggets of wisdom to people? Of course, in addition to whatever else you've acquired from your ancestors.
I think very gratefully so. I think my mother, when she lost both her parents when she was 10, my mother, because of the severe trauma that she had, where she lost both her parents when she was 10 and the youngest sibling was 2, she had lost all faith in God. She was angry with God for the longest time. She believed that if there was any energy like God, He would never do this to me. He wouldn't orphan 5 children. She somehow manifested marrying my father, who, on the other hand, is a huge Krishna believer, or, he believes in the support of the universe. And fortunately, I come from his wisdom where he didn't turn me religious, he turned me spiritual. And he also taught me this, that, you know, if some Muslim is coming to you, you refer to the same energy as Allah. If a Catholic is coming to you, it's the same energy that becomes Jesus Christ. Okay? So you don't differentiate in your head. It's not like our Krishna is better than Allah or Jesus or Guru Granth Sahib. You respect everybody, follow the stories that you like. And if you are patient enough to read all of these books that we have, don't follow blindly the stories that they tell you. Always look at how are they describing the deities. Was there magnanimity in Jesus Christ that he said, I will pay for your sins, so it's okay. You guys, I'm taking this for you. When we're talking about, the Sikhs and their traditions, he said that if you look at stories of Guru Nanak Ji, he was most benevolent. He was this child at the farm who was supposed to sit there and make sure that the birds are not eating the grass or, the produce. And he would be more than happy and he'd be like, cow, it's all yours. So look at the characteristic of the deity that you're talking about and imbibe those characteristics into yourself. Imbibe the generosity, imbibe the forgiveness, imbibe the strength. We very often go to temples and we ask God that taklif mat dena, let it all be easy, let it all be smooth. I went to Nasik recently, and in Nasik, there is this place called Sita Gufa. It's a very tiny little place, okay? You must go there if you ever get a chance. And Sita Gufa was a place where Sita ji and Ram had to hide to not be attacked. That little cave, that little tunnel was so claustrophobic that when I was going in there, I was like, am I going to come out alive out of this? Should I even go there? And mind you, it is far more polished now than it would have been at that time. And it struck me, we are asking gods to never give us trouble. Imagine the same gods having gone through so much trouble that they had to hide in tunnels. So, is it fair to ask them to make our life easy? We go there to all of these spiritual places and say, give us the strength that you had. Because the suffering is going to come this way or that way. Okay, you suffered, we got to learn and we got to grow from that. Instead of saying, no, make it convenient, make it easy, make it quick, give this to me yesterday instead of me working for it. That is what Dad taught me. That it's not about the Hindu gods or the Muslim gods or the Catholic gods. It's not religion. Each person that is there with you is one. One principle that I always carry with myself that keeps me aware is that God could come to me right now in any form. Any form. It could be the fly that is, constantly coming around us. It could be you. It could be a beggar that I could meet on the street. And it could be a test. Am I my most gracious, compassionate, respectful self. Because I don't want to fail the test. Just remembering that keeps me in grace and gratitude. And if all of us just remember that your gurus, your gods, or whoever you think is the highest power could come to you like a layman. Are you your best with them? That's all we have to do.
How beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
Picking up one point from what you said about problems always continuing, it's about you gaining the strength. There was a time of in my life when I was practicing the Nichiren Buddhism
Yes.
philosophy. And I remember, I don't practice it anymore on a daily basis, but I remember reading a couple of lines from there where it said that, the speed breakers on the road will always be there. You've got to be like the car and develop the shock absorbers so that you
Absolutely.
don't feel the bumps, because just following a god or a philosophy and being absolutely devout does not mean that your life will be devoid of problems. The problems will always continue to come. It's about you developing that real core inner strength, which I think both of
Absolutely.
you as psychologists really give that gyan to your clients.
You
That
know, again, your speed breaker example is so beautiful. This is also something that we need to remember, that the world is not meant or designed only for us. The speed breakers are important for the children who are crossing the road while you're driving. They are important for the animals that are there. They're important for the elderly that are there, right? So if you can just become aware enough that what is designed for somebody else could seem like an inconvenience to me, it is teaching us a certain etiquette to be in the world. You know, everybody is flying nowadays. You have the window seat and you have the center seat and you have the aisle, right? Now you see how uncomfortable the person in the middle feels, right? But if only the person sitting by the window seat could keep his elbows to himself and the person sitting by the aisle could give you some leg room, you would be more comfortable. Only then can we all travel together. Otherwise, it's not possible. Otherwise, there's chaos. So everything that is inconvenient to you is important to somebody else, and the world belongs to all of us.